Hi, my name is Iz Harris. I'm one of the founders of Bright Trip, and I want to talk to you today about 5 things that I think you should remember when you're traveling with kids. We have 2 little ones and we've traveled the globe with them to many places, but I still need a few reminders along the way to set my expectations where they should be and enjoy the ride. Number 1, not every single thing has to be a kid thing. This is contrary to popular belief, but I'm telling you, not every single thing has to be a kid thing. Kids enjoy all sorts of things, and there's ways to bring together what you love and what your kids love and find like the perfect balance. For instance, fairies. Fairies aren't necessarily a kid thing, but they're something that most kids would just absolutely love. Or train rides, also not necessarily a kid thing, but something that kids would love. Get creative with things that you love and your kids could love, and then put those together and do them. It doesn't have to be constant playgrounds and Disney World and things that kids like. You can find things that you love and that your kids also happen to love that allow you to actually see the place you're in and do them together. Number 2, your kids do not find everything quite as overwhelming as you do. Whether it's a different language or different foods or different environment or just like different everything, you're gonna be really surprised at your children's ability to adapt. I was amazed the first time that we took our kids overseas, how quickly they were just like, well, this is cool, I guess. Like, I don't really see what's the big deal. I'm excited to be here and have time with you guys, but yeah, I'm good to go. Whereas we were like, okay, the language, the food's gonna be different. How are they gonna handle that? And a different bed and a different car and all of these things. Kids only have lived so long. They've only developed so many routines. They're still pretty open. It's the same way that like when we meet someone who's different, we have an opportunity to show our kids that they're not so different. It's the same thing with going to new cultures and new places. To them, this is just another part of the world. And because of that, they adapt really well and really quickly. Number 3, a pit stop, even a short one, goes a really long way. Okay, so you're going to a new place, you've got jet lag, kids are hungry, they're tired, you've seen a bunch of places, and you have like another museum that you have to walk through, and you're like, no way, they can't handle it. We've been there, and I'm telling you, find a little spot, whether it's like a public square or a playground or just like an open field, to take a break. Whatever age your kids are, if they just need to like lay and rest, or they need to zone out on the iPad for a minute, or they need to play on the playground, just make sure you take a break, and make sure you take a break too. Because you will find that even the shortest little pit stops for breaks extend everyone's ability to enjoy the trip so much more. I'm telling you, pit stops are the secret to traveling with kids. Make sure you do them. Number 4. Day 1 is always going to be hard. I'm sorry to say it. I hate to be the one who has to say this, but it's true. Day 1 is always going to be hard. It is so much easier if you go in with this expectation. If you just go in knowing that with jet lag, with travel exhaustion, with a new bedroom, and all of the things that travel bring, day 1 is easily the hardest every single time. We have more tantrums, more defiance, more frustration on all of our parts. It's not just my kids, it's definitely me too. Just go in planning for day 1 to be hard. Make sure that you keep it nice, easy, breezy, not too packed. You will be glad and you will thank me. Speaking of not keeping things too packed, number 5, space is key. Do not overpack your schedule. This is not a trip for you and your partner or you by yourself. It's not going to be the same pace. It's just not. Travel with kids is different. It just is. There's no getting around that. It's still wonderful. But what will make it not wonderful is packing your schedule to the brim. It's too much for kids to handle. It's just too much learning, and sometimes honestly even too much fun. Make sure you leave space in your schedule. Make sure you leave space for spontaneity. Make sure you leave space for things going awry, because they will, because there's more of you, so there's just more chances for things to happen. Just make sure you allow for space in your schedule. It will make such a big difference in making everyone's experience enjoyable. So there you go. Those are the 5 things that I want you to remember when you're traveling with kids. Please leave a comment below if you have tips that you think would be helpful for others to remember. And thank you for watching. We at Bright Trip make travel courses all about learning how to travel smarter. We have a course that's all about travel with kids where I dive in deeper into all of the things we talked about today. And we have courses on how to solo travel and places like Costa Rica and Tokyo and London. They are wonderful. Make sure to check out the link in the description below to learn more about them, and make sure to subscribe. I'll see you next time.